talk about, and then we pick one and we talk about it.
Now the topics have to be related, obviously, to LEAP, or
Yeah, not really.
or anything,
No.
just anything,
Yeah.
like current events.
Like if you had something like you want to talk about, like in your life, or I don't know.
So part of the main purpose of LEAP is that you think of three things. One is it's an investment in yourself and a recognition that you can't lead others if you don't know yourself as a leader. So one of the first ways to do that is to understand where are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, and find a safe place to be able to discuss those, and look at places in your life where you feel like there's a loss of confidence, or you know your community is weak, a place where you know your friends are having trouble, and we can talk about it here.
Sure.
So these guys, to their credit, and I know there's a couple of new people that I think you would agree, they create the most incredible, I think, it's sort of my reason for coming half the time is to hear your raps, because they're vulnerable. They put out on the table the things that are the hardest for them. And they talk about them. And that's the second piece, is that we develop partnerships with Nextdoor. And so the rap is a way for us to recognize that it doesn't matter where you're from. It doesn't matter what culture your background is. It doesn't matter any of that. We share similar things as teens. And so the rap brings us together as a team.
Very cool.
And the third part is that once we know ourselves better and we recognize what we want to impact, we create programs and we integrate them.
Cool.
Those are three pieces.
Very cool.
Okay. All right. So who? Now remember that when I'm asking you guys to run the conversation, it's in preparation. Who can remember we talked about last week? Preparation for something really important. You guys are going to be on the hot seat. You're going to be running these raps. Who are you going to run them with? Yes. I think you. Where are you going to be running raps?
I don't get what you're asking.
Besides in this room, where are you going to be doing raps? Yes, because we already did them last spring. Yeah. This is not a test. You already know the answer. When you go and do your service projects with your skits and with your plays, who are you going to be working with?
The school
Students.
students.
Yes. And what is one of the things that we did with the students?
We basically like asked some questions. We asked some questions based on. I'm trying to remember.
We ran raps with them.
Yeah.
The first thing
that
we
was
did.
the first thing that we did.
Exactly.
Kind of like an icebreaker.
Yeah, so you'll see this the same thing. So it's one thing for us to keep the conversation going, but because these guys are going to be on the seat of doing that with middle schoolers soon, and they don't know which school they're going to be going to, we need to develop a better sense of how to run that conversation and elicit someone else's voice.
Cool.
Okay? So sometimes if you're not talking, I may just interrupt late. Now, I'm just giving you all fair warning and say, I really want to hear from you more. Okay? Or I may say, Chris, Mike, will you take over that conversation? I really want to see, you develop your voice with that. So that's one of the things I want to do in the next 7 weeks while we're closing out this year, is make sure all of you know how to run this rap really well. You've been doing it in an amazing way on your own, but now it's time to really raise the bar. Okay? So, you want to start it? Did you put anything in the jar? You did good.
Wait for it.
Oh. So I'm creating a page like this one?
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
How do I do that? Do I just like type up this part and then he'll do the rest?
I like it.
Okay.
Good.
Alright, I got it.
Yeah.
Can I, should I send him the pictures to him?
There you go.
It's really, it's like
I have a couple.
And if you love, they get some.
Okay.
And
My roommate in college for 4 years was Haitian,
I wanted
so
to make sure that there's more. You have, this page goes down and down and down. You can put everything on there.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Mom's was
Teaching
banging
of the basics.
Okay.
You can put a video embedded here.
Okay.
Okay?
Can I put, could we like photocopy the like article from the newsletter and put that down there?
Okay,
And that, and if you also
the topic was peer
make sure
pressure.
he has that in,
Does anyone
Even
want
if it was
to?
a place where,
Say whose topic that was. What do you think, Meg? We had this last time. I feel like we did.
Was that someone
This was
else's
the last
from
one we
last
did.
week?
we'll figure that out, okay?
Did anyone here do this?
Let's do
What?
another one.
No, we're doing another one, because it was about peer pressure.
Okay.
Tips to staying happy.
That was mine.
So, John, one of the things that we do is assess if anybody wants to claim it. And then if they know, if they do that, then they should run it, because they want to get the ideas that are most akin to why they put it in.
Okay.
Okay?
Cool.
Basically, what I had in mind when I chose that topic was to share with you guys what I've done to stay happy.
Yes.
And basically, it's basically putting things that you know will like bother you and mind you. And because I'm a Christian, I pray and I believe that anything is possible. So if you want to be happy, then just wake up every morning with a positive attitude, go about your business. I just wanted to share that with you guys. Whenever you're feeling down, look at the positive things and the great things that happen to you, and look at others who don't have the opportunities that you have. And that's how you can stay happy.
That's what I do. Like, I
That's
wake
what
up in the
I do.
morning all tired.
Me
Now I'm
too.
like, you know what? I'm feeling great, even though I have to walk in the cold.
Absolutely. You gotta be privileged about where you come from.
Exactly.
There's always going to be people that have more or less. And you never, as we learn around this table, you never know what people are really dealing with, right? I would just recognize that, Leslina has many things that could drag her under. And undoubtedly, I think there's been 2 days that I've ever been with you where you have shown or needed really help reminding yourself how to pull out. Phenomenal.
Sure.
Really phenomenal.
Awesome.
It's my mom's cooking. So.
And I really like that you put that in there because we've had a lot of really down topics for a couple months. A lot of issues that are very prevalent to a lot of people. We need that. You say that in a nice, good voice. You don't have to know.
Does anybody else would like to say anything?
What's the topic?
Staying happy.
Good time. Heartburn? Little heartburn?
Yeah, I need good day. Alright, so to stay happy, one thing is laugh. Laughter has always made me happy. Whether it's a friend, or a family member, or just a random person. If you just make somebody laugh, they'll most likely will make their day. That's how I stay happy. Just make people laugh, or when somebody makes me laugh. So,
Absolutely, I agree. I think there's a lot of things where you can make yourself happy. Focus on things that you enjoy the most. I enjoy sports. I enjoy being active. Exercise makes you happy. One of the sports I loved growing up, I played college baseball. So I loved playing baseball. I still love playing baseball. So I pursue that. If that's what makes you happy, if painting makes you happy, if you're an artist, you should draw. You should paint. You should, do whatever, exercises your beliefs of expressing yourself. So anything to broaden yourself and make yourself glow towards everyone else. And you could pursue that with your life careers, or you could pursue that with short-term or long-term goals.
another thing is to make you happy. There's a lot of things. Like he said, there's a lot of things that can make you happy. Like for me, one thing that made me happy was winning Youth of the Year. Like so, basically, you won Youth of the Year.
I did in my childhood.
Okay, so just getting an accomplishment, like doing an accomplishment can make you happy. Like for me, I won Youth of the Year for my Boys and Girls Club, and soon I'm going to States. And like so it's like everybody in the Connecticut, like all the business in Connecticut has chosen one person. I have to go against like 14 people, and from then. Like accomplishments. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that accomplishments can make you happy, and just yeah.
Absolutely. You're achieving your goal, so it makes you feel good about yourself because you worked hard for that. Absolutely.
The first step of that is goal setting too.
Short term, long term.
You know, you can go through every day just reacting to whatever comes your way, or you can be really deliberate. And that's why we ask you to goal set every week. Practice. You know? We know everybody's going to miss their goals every once in a while, but if you have a goal in life and you miss it, that's your life. And you fell short. Your life's too precious. You want to feel that sense of pride. Anybody on this end of the table on happiness?
I'm happy every day.
Why are you happy every day?
Because
Cook the food.
basically.
Food can make you happy.
Well,
What makes you happy?
being able to see my friends every day, laughing, having fun, cracking jokes on each other. You know?
But actually, that's a really big deal because what do we know when people get depressed? What do they usually do?
Go to the friends.
And often, if they are depressed, they sometimes become very insular too.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so one of the things that, hi, how are you?
I'm good.
Can you, let's see.
I can sit over there because I'm just working
No,
on
it's good for you to get to come. Let's sit right here, we'll move this. When you notice your friends sort of removing themselves from their normal routine, it usually means something negative is going on in their life, right? And it's something to be very aware of. Or if you notice that you're changing your own routine and